Now let's talk about David Moore. What a guy. What a guy, man. Billy, what were you saying about David about
Yeah,
somebody had been calling this almost.
I wrote it right down here. You can't see, but I wrote it right here. It says, "Make sure James gets his flowers for David Moore." It's
Oh,
written right there. So please, in the chat, everybody give James a thumbs up, flowers, emojis, exclamation points, all sorts of exciting stuff because you have been asking for him to be on the field and get an opportunity. And then sure enough, what happens? Go ahead, finish the story, James. What happened when he got on the field? What
man
did he
got
do?
man got a 52-yard touchdown.
And it was kind of filthy too, which
Dude,
was nice.
he split the two defenders, just turned on the Jets at the
Yeah.
age of 28. My man. What a legend, dude. What an absolute. Now, apparently, apparently, Billy, he's going to be getting more opportunities moving forward.
Deservedly so.
Apparently, according to the depth charts and whatnot, they did an article about it on Buccaneers.com. They're like, oh, David Moore's getting more opportunities. So I was like, you're darn right he should be getting more opportunities.
Deservedly so. He stepped up just like a guy. We talk about KJ Britt, we talk about Yaya Diaby. Guys stepping into roles and then seizing that moment, they deserve credit and they deserve an opportunity to continue playing. And you called it. You were ahead of the curve, James. I have to give it to you.
Ugh,
You were on it.
so fun. Just so fun. This feels like Brashad Perriman all over again.
You know what? That's a great comp. I actually was when I was watching the game, I thought of on his long catch and run. It was reminiscent of Brashad Perriman's catch and run against the Buffalo Bills in overtime to win that game because obviously that touchdown iced the game. We're like, all right, we're going to beat the Packers at that point. And the Bucs don't get a lot of catch and runs like that where like it's
No, no.
just
When
boom,
Mike had
explosion.
one, everybody was losing their minds.
It's a rare moment you see a play like that for Tampa where a short pass is just an explosive, yak play for a tutty. So yeah, it reminded me of Brashad Perriman. And also the fact that he almost fumbled it away is also pretty Brashad Perriman-esque. You were this close, James. Instead of giving you your flowers, I was gonna rag on you a little if he fumbled that ball at the goal line before he got
I
over.
saw. You know what? I saw it. It was fine. It was fine. It was everything was completely fine. Ball crossed the line. It was okay. It was okay. You know, um, he was just happy, and I'm happy for him. It was a fantastic thing.
Oh,
Um, I know
huge.
28's not old, by the way, to people in the chat, but it's just nobody expects. I don't know if anybody expected vet receiver David Moore to turn on the Jets like that, split a couple of defenders, and go down for a 52-yard touchdown.
I didn't know he had jets like that.
He did. Apparently, he
The
does.
cut too. I mean, the plant when he takes to the ankles of the Green Bay defender, the plant is just that was filth.
Vet. He's a
That
vet.
was filth.
He's a vet.
That was filth.
I mean, like, and look, I know obviously he's not going to do that all the time, but
Don't you dare put a cap on
no,
don't you dare
we
put a
can't.
cap
He's going
on.
to get 100 yards next week. But point being is that let us see more David Moore, please.
No.
Now we have the proof, right? Now the proof is in the pudding to
Yes.
say, okay, now we should see more of David Moore because he's
Yeah.
shown us a little something something here, right?
Also, Baker Mayfield really trusted him on that throw. That was a tight window.
It was a good catch,
On a,
good run.
on a third down, he tried to fit that into a very tight window to a backup wide receiver. It showed you that number one, Baker was feeling it. And number two, he trusts more to make that play, which is indicative of a good relationship between quarterback and receiver.
I agree. And obviously with the history of Canales and Moore, they've worked together for a few years now, going back to Seattle. I mean,
You are just his hype man.
gotta play him more. Gotta play more.
More and more. Oh boy.
Give us more.
More and more and the Baker Brigade. We are just
We've got
coin.
look, we got a lot of players we root for here. Okay, just that's just how it is. And David Moore's going out there going crazy. Baker's going out there going crazy. I mean, you have some crucial games here. Just give me a vet receiver. We did not see any of Trey Palmer in that Packers game, really. He had 2 targets, 1 catch for like 5 yards.
Well, he was on the field, but
That's what I
his
mean.
other
Like, but in
other
terms of
touches,
targets.
His other target was a catchable pass. I mean, it was contested, but it was catchable.
You know who would
He
probably
also
catch that?
was on
David Moore.
yeah, his only catch was a screen pass. His other one, I believe, was an RPO, and they tried to fit it to him, or Baker tried to fit it to him on like a slant over the middle of the field, and it was contested. It was a harder catch, but it did get to him. He was wide open though on Mike Evans' touchdown. They ran like a crosser, and Mike Evans ran down the seam, and they just split the safety. And Baker had his pick. Really, he could have fired it into Mike or just floated it because it looked like
I
it
saw
was
that
kind of
play. Yeah, the more Palmer
yeah,
was breaking out to the side. I was like, oh,
wide,
he could either one of them could have
wide
scored.
open, wide open. Baker could have just poop floated it up to him, but he wanted to just laser it to Mike, and who could blame him? But Trey Palmer was wide open, could have had a tutty in the game. It was definitely there.
You know who did
But
have a tutty? David Moore.
yes, I'm James. I'm all for it.
Yeah, we're
I'm
he,
all.
we're on it. We're on it for David
I'm
Moore.
not. I'm
Look,
not anti.
he looked good versus the Packers. Hopefully, this is a sign of more things to come. I'm gonna be insufferable. I'm having a great time.